What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. If you've ever watched like Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings, you're probably pretty familiar with the concept of giants. Well, it turns out that giants don't only exist in fantasy worlds, so today we're looking at 10 real-life giants you won't believe exist. Huge shout out to Ashton Park for suggesting this idea. Like always, if you subscribe, like the video, and comment your own idea, we might do it and shout you out, so you all know what to do. But anyways, let's get right into it. Number 10. Sahad Garibi. So a lot of kids want to be superheroes when they grow up, but I think it's safe to say that this guy has actually managed it. I mean, Sahad Garibi weighs 386 pounds, which has given him the nickname The Incredible Hulk. Pretty fair, especially since he takes part in powerlifting competitions for a living and regularly lifts stuff even heavier than he is. With that said, he seems way nicer in real life than the Hulk, but I still wouldn't mess with him.
سلام دوستان، یک کلیپ همینجوری نادم.
Number 9. Brock Brown. So the last guy on this list had to work to get to the size he was, but for this kid, his height is literally in his DNA. I mean, at one point, Brock Brown was growing a whole 6 inches per year, making him the tallest teenager in the world. Nowadays, he's over 7 foot 8 inches tall, and he's set to keep on growing. In fact, he's set to break all the records, and pretty soon, he could be taller than the tallest man in the world, Solon Koszen.
I'm 7'5", 330 pounds.
And he told me it's cool to be that tall.
I can dunk it. It's definitely like a good feeling to be tall.
But not always. The teenager doesn't fit in his own bed, and his feet are bigger than Shaq's.
They're like clown shoes to me.
There's a lot of things that are hard, like finding shoes for him, finding clothes. We live in a trailer, so that's really hard for him. He's always ducking.
And even though Brock can dunk and Nike made him one-of-a-kind size 24 kicks, he can't play on any team. His gene disorder makes him too weak and out of breath. Now, after a month's stay in the hospital for heart problems, the community wants to help out their gentle giant.
We miss his laughter. We miss him being a part of our group. So the kids really look up to him, no pun intended.
To give you a little perspective, I'm 5'4", depending on whether I'm wearing heels, and I come up just to Brock's armpit.
Number 8. Brahim Tagliatelle. Brahim Tagliatelle is actually only the world's second tallest man, but don't feel too bad for him, that's actually a pretty good thing. You see, his height was caused by a tumor in his body, which released like growth hormones into his blood and made him grow like crazy. Thankfully, his tumor was removed years ago, and even though it stopped him growing, it made him so much healthier. With that said, the guy does still hold the record for the world's largest feet, as a custom pair of shoes at his size costs around 3,500 euros. That's over $4,000.
Bonsoir Brahim.
On a le droit à combien de chances?
On a le droit à combien de desserts? D'après vous, quelle est la particularité de Brahim?
Il a un micro-pénis?
Réfléchissez bien, Artus, peut-être?
Moi, je dirais, c'est le sosie officiel de Stromae.
Non. Ça pourrait. Eh bien non. Brahim est intolérant au gluten et il va nous expliquer.
Je le savais.
Number 7. Barnard Coin. People's height have been making the record books for well over hundreds of years, so it's not surprising that some of the people on this list lived a long time ago. I mean, Barnard Coin was the tallest man alive before he died in 1921, and he managed to live a pretty extraordinary life. Like, even though he was over 8 feet tall, he still joined up to fight in World War I, and his army shoes were a whopping size 24. Even now, he's still only one of 17 people to ever grow over 8 feet tall, which is pretty impressive when you think about it. Number 6. Solon Koszen. Obviously, we couldn't write this list without including the tallest living man on Earth today, and that's the one and only Solon Koszen. Koszen took the title in 2011 when it was confirmed he had reached the awesome height of 8 foot 2.4 inches. The best part is, he was actually pretty happy to take the record, and had been dreaming about it for a long time. Even better, he also took the record for largest hands on the same day, which he says is useful because he can apparently help his mom change light bulbs and reach high shelves. I mean, sheesh, how high are these shelves? Like, what?
Bir kaza nedeniyle ondan 70 sene evde çıkamadım. Ayağım sabah evden çıkarken yağmur yağıyordu. Merdivenler de çok kaygan olduğu için ben de kaydım o arada. Bir kaza geçirdim. Bacağım 2 yerden kırıldı. Bir ay hastanede yattım, ameliyat oldum. Çok zor günler geçirdim. Ama çok şükür şimdi diyeyim buradayım. Yani seviyorum çünkü benim dünyada en büyük yaptığım bir şey bir müzik dinlemek. Bundan dolayı sanatçıları çok seviyorum. Ben de çok mutlu oldum yani onunla tanıştığım için.
Number 5. Yao Defin. Now I know this list has been all men so far, but being tall is definitely not just a guy thing. Yao Defin is actually the world's tallest living woman, and up until recently, had managed to avoid the press. Basically, she lived and worked on a farm for most of her life. When she started getting sick, she had to move to the theater. Once she started working with like performance groups and touring, there was no hiding her size, and she had to learn to embrace it and accept it, no matter what anyone else said.
We had quite a battle over money. Have you been ripped off in the past?
以前那个英国人嘛，前面他说
Yeah, I was working as a performance group, and they just locked me up in the back in an appalling condition, and I got into an accident. I was burned, and you can see my scar.
I couldn't help feel we'd inadvertently created some kind of sideshow ourselves here, and it felt uncomfortable to be among the other voyeurs.
Number 4. Masek LG. Speaking of girls, Yao might be the tallest adult woman alive, but she isn't the tallest teenager. That title goes to Masek LG, who lives in Turkey with her parents and has reached over 7 feet tall. The thing is, her height causes her a lot of health problems, so it's probably a good thing she won't grow tall enough to overtake the grown-ups. But with that said, she was actually super proud of getting the record, and said she really does love being taller than everyone else. Why? Well, it's pretty simple. Being different is fun, and being able to look down on everything is pretty fun too.
Yani çok azmettim. Ben de sizin gibi biraz bir şeyler mücadeleyle geldim buralara da. Ay çok memnun oldum ya.
Number 3. Ficus Upol. So not every giant gets officially measured by the Book of World Records, so it's actually pretty hard to confirm this guy's height, but he deserves a spot on our list anyway. Ficus Upol might have been India's tallest man, and reports say he was anywhere from 8 feet to 8 feet and 9 inches tall. Now, he never made the record list officially, but he did star in a Bollywood movie and gave many interviews about his life before his death. It was also never fully discovered what gave him his height, as he didn't have super long legs like most giants.
Ball ist es gewohnt, dass jeder zu ihm aufsieht. Tatsächlich ist mit seinen 2,44 Meter Körperlänge schon jetzt der größte Mensch der Welt. Aber Ficus ist noch nicht damit fertig, den Weltrekord zu brechen, denn ob Sie es glauben oder nicht, mit seinen 17 Jahren ist noch im Wachstum.
Ich hatte eine schöne Kindheit.
Und 2 Dutzend Bananen vertilgen, plus 4 Liter Milch und genug Gemüse, um davon 6 Leute am Tag zu ernähren. Allein passende Kleidung für ihn zu besorgen.
Number 2. The Mountain. So out of all the people on this list, this is a giant you're most likely to recognize, because he's actually a bit of a celebrity. So there's no way I'm gonna be able to pronounce his full name, but his middle name is Thor, which is already pretty epic if you ask me. Anyway, you guys probably know him better as the Mountain, as that was his name when he starred in Game of Thrones. The super tall actor is actually 6'9", and since you can see him fighting Conor McGregor in this clip, I think it's safe to say he's not afraid of anything. Number 1. Andre the Giant. When it comes to the most famous giant in the world, there really is no competition. It's gotta be Andre the Giant. Now, if you haven't heard of him, Andre was a super popular actor and wrestler, and he did everything from feud with Hulk Hogan to star in the Princess Bride movie. His real height is actually a mystery, because WWE is so famous for exaggerating, but they listed his height as 7'4". Most people believe his real height was 6'11", which is already pretty impressive, and besides, his big personality more than makes up for the difference.
Oh boy!
Sure.
How are you?
Fine.
Can I get you a mimosa?
No, thank you.
What? Who are you going to be wrestling tonight, by the way? Anybody that we would have heard of?
It'll be me and Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson against the three Samoans.
Now, how many people does the garden hold? 20,000 in the 20,000?
Upstairs, I get almost 23,000 people, and downstairs, I get 7,000 people.
Oh my! Now, what is the reaction of the average person when they see you, like when you go into a bar or something?
Everybody get out.
They all clear out. Do you find that people are frightened by you, or do they want to pick a fight with you? Do you ever run into that?
No.
Yeah. What do they say when they see a man your size, or when they see you?
And there's a video on the top 10 real-life giants you won't believe exist. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe to see whenever I upload a video. Also, if you have your own top 5 or top 10 idea, feel free to show me a handy form in the description to submit it. With that said, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.